my beautiful friend, I have the most gorgeous new sweater design for you today, Promethean. Everything about this design is meant to inspire your creativity. It's creative, it's expressive, it's daring, and it's full of all kinds of beautiful little details that when they all come together, create this gorgeous work of art that you're gonna wanna wear every day. Promethean by Debbie Mage is not only creative, it's also cozy, it's wearable, and it's chock full of all kinds of fun techniques that you may not have tried before. This new design is sure to teach you a plethora of delightful new skills and take your knitting to a whole new level. This is a lovely, classic, beautifully designed sweater with a sumptuous yoke that really catches your eye. And if you look closely, you're gonna find this really unique tubular cast on and bind off on this piece. It creates a really unique, floating, almost edgeless look to your sweater, and it feels nice and soft against your skin. We also have this gorgeous corrugated ribbing, which is ribbing but using two different colors. And we used this technique in our Arcana cowl, and we did create a video tutorial for you of that. So if you would like to check that out, we will put the link in the description for you. And check out this gorgeous Latvian braid. I am going to show you how to work it here in a bit. It creates a raised, almost braided, really unique look to your knitting. This pattern also has some gorgeous German short rows, and you know I love them so much. They're such a fun and an easy way to create short rows. We also have a video on that technique, which we showed in our beautiful sweet gum cardigan. So if you'd like to check that out, we will put the link for that as well in the description below. And check out this absolutely gorgeous color work. I love the high contrast of the colors. I've always been such a sucker for this color combination, especially when you add in that white. Then you have this beautiful stockinette stitch for the body and for the sleeves, and then of course more of this gorgeous Latvian braid, corrugated ribbing, and the tubular bind off. I love it. To make this amazing design, we used our Bamboo Alpaca Fingering yarn in colors Tropical Ocean and Summer Cocktail, and then for the white we used our Olay Oasis Fingering yarn. I love how this design showcases that you can mix and match different yarn bases in the same pattern. I think you should definitely experiment with that, see some different looks that you can get. It's actually one of my favorite techniques in knitting. I am going to be giving away a set of the yarn used to make this sweater, so if you would love to enter, just make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel and leave us a comment below letting me know if you have ever heard of this gorgeous Latvian braid. I love that knitting always has something new to offer us. And of course, you can download this pattern and get the yarn at expressionfiberarts.com. And while you're there, be sure to sign up for email and text updates for weekly free knit and crochet patterns. So let's have some fun and learn some of these techniques. I'm going to start with the tubular cast on. So this is the super cool tubular cast on. It's really neat because it looks like your piece is starting from nothing, almost as if the stitches have arisen from midair. So it really is the coolest thing, and it does feel great on your skin, so it's lovely for necklines and sleeves. And you can see that it has no ridge. So how do we create this? To get started, we're going to grab some scrap yarn, and we're going to start with a slip knot and go ahead and place that onto your needle. And we're going to begin by working a backwards loop cast on. It's very simple. Just wrap the yarn around your thumb, slide the yarn onto your needle, wrap it around your thumb, slide onto your needle. So they look like little E's, kind of like the letter E. So I'll just go ahead and work 5, 6, and 7, and then you're good to break your scrap yarn, and you're going to want to pick up your actual yarn, and we can get started with our tubular cast on. For row 1, we're going to start with a knit 1. Then we're going to work a yarn over. Knit 1 again. Yarn over, and we're going to repeat that all the way down all of our stitches. Knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, and you can see this is going to actually nearly double our number of stitches since we're adding all of these yarn overs. Knit 1, yarn over, and knit 1. So that's row 1. For row 2, we're going to turn, and then we're going to start with our yarn in front, and we're going to slip that first stitch purlwise. So needle tips together, slip that first stitch, take your yarn to the back, and you're going to knit the next stitch. And repeat that down. Yarn to the front, slip 1, yarn to the back, knit 1, yarn to the front, slip, yarn to the back, knit, and continue repeating. Slip, knit, slip, knit, slip, knit, and slip. Row 3 is very similar, but we're switching the order of the stitches. We've turned, of course, and we're going to go ahead and start with a knit 1. Yarn to the front, slip 1 purlwise. Yarn to the back, knit 1, yarn to the front, slip 1 purlwise, yarn to the back, knit 1, yarn to the front, slip 1, and just continue repeating that all the way down. Just pay attention to which stitch you should be working. Slip, knit, slip, knit, slip, and knit. And then for rows 4 and 5, you're just going to repeat rows 2 and 3 once more. So that's how you get started, and then you'll just continue on with the pattern. So you can go ahead and actually remove your scrap yarn. It's no longer needed. And this is going to reveal your beautiful little tubular cast on. So just take all of this out. You can save this for the next time you need to work a tubular cast on, if you would like. And go ahead, even the slip knot, you can just pull that out. And here we go. So you can see our beautiful little cast on. It's floating, it's hovering, and there's no edge. And now we're going to learn how to work the tubular bind off. It has a really similar look to the tubular cast on. It almost seems to end without an edge. To work the tubular bind off, go ahead and cut your yarn, leaving a nice long tail, and then thread that onto a darning needle. So here's the sequence that we work. We're going to start by inserting our darning needle into this stitch from left to right, as if to knit. And we're going to go ahead and actually slide that stitch off our needle. Now here's the sequence that we repeat across. You're going to begin by inserting your darning needle purlwise into that second stitch, so right to left. Then insert your darning needle purlwise into this first stitch, and we're going to drop that one off of our needle. Oop. Okay, so that's 2 purlwise actions. Now we've got 2 knitwise actions. Take your darning needle and pop it up from back to front between the first and second stitch. And you're going to insert your darning needle as if to knit from front through to the back side into that second stitch. So it's in the second stitch from front to back. Go ahead and swing it around, and we're going to work into this first stitch as if to knit, sliding that off our needle. And we're going to continue repeating that down. Let's do it again. Insert your darning needle into the second stitch as if to purl. Insert your needle into the first stitch as if to purl, and slide that one off of your needle. Bring your darning needle from back to front between the first and second stitch. Insert your darning needle as if to knit into the second stitch from the front of your piece all the way to the back of your piece. Bring the yarn around to the front and insert into that first stitch as if to knit. And then we're going to slide that off our needle. So you just have to pay attention. We'll continue down. And then when you get down to the end and you only have 1 stitch remaining, if this was a knit stitch, you can just insert as if to knit. If it was a purl stitch, you can insert as if to purl, and you're good to go ahead and just cut your yarn. And there's our beautiful little tubular bind off, almost identical to our tubular cast on. Now let's learn how to work that beautiful Latvian braid. It is so unique, and I think you're going to love learning this. Now I'm going to show you how to work this beautiful Latvian braid. It's so unique, and I think you're going to really love learning this. We'll begin with a setup round. We're going to start by knitting one in a contrasting color. So I'm just going to use the pink in my left hand. And we're going to knit one. Then we need to knit one in our main color. So I'm going to hold it in my right hand. You can do this however you like. I just like to hold one strand in each hand. And we're just going to repeat that around. Knit one in our contrast color, knit one in our main color, knit one in the contrast color, all the way around till we get back to the start. Continuing on, knitting one with our main color, one with our contrast. And this is a fun chance to practice your double-handed knitting if you are using both hands. So we're just alternating our colors until we get back to the start of our round. Okay, we got our contrast, our main color, contrast color, and our main color. So our setup round is complete. To begin round 2, you're going to start by bringing your yarns to the front, and we're going to purl our stitches all the way around, alternating our colors. So whichever color is next, go ahead and insert your needle and get ready to purl. I'm going to grab the pink, purl that stitch, and then here's what you do all the way around. When you drop this yarn, you're going to bring the other yarn up underneath. So the white will come up underneath the pink. And let me go ahead and purl that next stitch with the white. And we're going to continue repeating that around. This is what's going to create that little braided look. Drop this color, bring the pink up underneath, purl that next stitch, drop this, grabbing the white underneath. Just always make sure that you're pulling them up and under. Purl, grab the pink, pull it up under, and purl, and you'll continue repeating that all the way around. So if you are doing magic loop like I am, just check that final color. Mine was pink, so we're going to be doing white next. So you want to grab that white and bring it up and under. And we'll go ahead and purl that next stitch. And I am purling with my right hand. Normally I knit holding the yarn in my left hand, but when doing this technique, I just find it a lot easier to keep everything to the front and to use my right hand. And you are going to find when you're doing this technique that the yarn is going to be twisting around itself, and you might want to untwist it, but you don't have to worry about that at all, because in the next round we're going to actually be untwisting the yarn. So it all takes care of itself. So just continue on around, pulling the yarn up and under and purling your stitches, alternating colors. Pink up and under. White comes under. Purl. And this is creating that bottom part of our braid. Pink is under. And the next round we'll create the top part of our braid. White under, purl. I'm going to go ahead and finish off this round, grabbing the pink up, under, purling, the white, under, and purling, pink under, purl, and the white under and purl. And that round is complete. For round 3, we're going to go ahead and do once more what we were doing on the previous round, where we purl by reaching under. So go ahead and work that first stitch of this round just like we have been. Then moving forward, we're going to twist them in the opposite direction. So we've been creating the bottom part of our braid. We're now going to create this top part where they are twisting in the opposite direction. So we've got a white stitch next. So we're going to go ahead and purl that white stitch, but instead of wrapping under, we're going to wrap our yarn over. So the white comes over and we purl. Then the pink comes over and we purl. And you're going to continue repeating that all the way around. White comes over and we purl. Pink comes over and we purl. All the way around. So since I'm doing magic loop, I just worked a pink, so now I'm going to work a white. White comes over, purl, and as you work this round, your stitches are going to untwist, which is super cool, so you don't even have to worry about it. Pink comes over, purl, and just continue repeating. White comes over, pink comes over, it's not super challenging, you just have to pay attention and make sure that you're going over on the round you need to be going over, and under on the round you're going under. White is over, pink is over, and white is over. I'm going to finish off my round with pink, white wrapping over, pink over, and white over. And that completes that round. And we've now created the top part of our braid. Now you can go ahead and drop your contrast color, and I'm just going to work around knitting every stitch with the main color. So here we have our beautiful little braid. So this is where we started our round. You can see how beautiful and nice and smooth it is here on the back. There is a little bit of a jog here at the beginning of our round. So I've minimized it here a little bit with a little bit of a technique. So I'm going to show you how to do that. You just want to take some of your contrast color and put it onto a darning needle. And here we can, this kind of looks like a little loop here angling up. We're going to insert our darning needle right here, right sort of at where those form a V. And then we want to sort of create this look. See how these loops down here kind of look like they're looping under each other? We're going to loop under this white one. So go ahead and stick your needle down through that. And you might have to kind of play with the stitches a little bit, but you can see how when you fiddle with it, it helps to smooth that bottom out a little bit more. So that helped with the bottom, and then you'll notice we have these little bumps here. We've got white, pink, and we're kind of missing the white one here at the start. So we're going to create sort of a fake white little bump right here. And to do that, thread your color onto your darning needle and bring your needle up right here, sort of where these three little strands join. And then I'm going to come down right next to the side of this pink bump. So we're just forming a fake little white bump to fill that in a little bit. So there you go, just helps to smooth it out a little bit. So hopefully you've learned something new today, my friend. Knitting is such a fun adventure. There's always more to learn, and I feel like we never get to the end of our knitting journey. So have a wonderful week. Thank you for being here with me today, and I will see you next week with another new design. Bye!